One, I only care about Canada. I want to put our country first. Two, America is responsible for over 60% of our trade. We trade more with the US than we do with the rest of the world combined. I will do what is necessary to preserve and protect that relationship above all others.
Pierre Poilievre has given a response to Donald Trump's statements. In this video, we will explore his stance and the potential impacts of such tariffs on Canada's economy. Canada's relationship with the United States of America is important for its economic and geopolitical stability. As one of the biggest trading partners worldwide, the United States is responsible for over 60% of the exports of Canada, making the country very important for Canada's prosperity. Aside from trading, both countries share a history of military partnership, close cultural ties, and a commitment to democratic values. This relationship has allowed Canada to blossom and maintain its security on a global scale. However, under the rulership of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Canada has faced several significant challenges that might threaten its future. Economically, Canada's growth has declined with the GDP shrinking and inflation on the rise, leaving many Canadians struggling with the rising costs of living, food security, and housing prices. The government's policies have led to a dramatic increase in debt, while important sectors like the military and energy have insufficient investments. National security has also been compromised with the immigration system currently being strained and the rising concerns of border insecurity. In light of these issues, it is obvious that Canada needs a strategic and comprehensive plan to regain its footing. The plan must prioritize security, the economy, and sovereignty, making sure that Canada is not only prepared to address the current issues, but also in a position to make sure that the future is safe for all its citizens. One of the major factors that contribute to Canada's economic state is the lack of sufficient investments. Many countries are leaving Canada for the United States, where business incentives, tax policies, and the economic environment are more favorable. In addition, Canada is struggling with the worst family debt among the G7 nations. Rising personal debt, including consumer loans and mortgages, is putting an immense strain on households. To address the economic challenges of the country, urgent reforms are needed, particularly in taxation and fiscal policy. One of the actions that could be taken is to reverse the proposed tax hikes of the Prime Minister, especially those that target important sectors like energy and investment. The tax increases have been proven to be harmful to businesses, discouraging growth and investments. Reducing this burden can encourage several entrepreneurs to invest in Canada instead of the United States. In addition, Canada could reduce unnecessary bureaucracy and eliminate wasteful spending. Over the past few years, the government has built up significant debt, and it is important to focus on making government operations more efficient. By cutting down on unnecessary spending, Canada can redirect excess resources to productive sectors like education and healthcare. A major area in need of reform is the carbon tax system, which currently places unfair pressure on households and businesses. Although the intent behind this is to fight climate change, it has a consequence of burdening the Canadian economy, especially industries that rely on energy. A comprehensive review of the carbon tax system is important to find a balance between economic growth and environmental goals, making sure that policies encourage sustainable development without affecting individuals or businesses adversely. Under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's leadership, Canada has experienced a significant reduction in military projects, leaving the country badly prepared for an emerging global threat. These cuts in budgets amounting to $1 billion annual reductions have weakened the military capacity of the country and affected its ability to defend its borders and contribute meaningfully to security in North America. Strengthening the defense in North America requires cooperation with the United States, which is the most important defense partner for Canada. Joint military exercises, collaborative defense strategies, and sharing of intelligence can prepare both nations for potential threats, especially in a world where security challenges are rapidly evolving. Canada is also facing a public health crisis with the epidemic of drug overdose. Since the liberalization of drug policies under the government of Justin Trudeau, the number of drug overdoses has increased at an alarming rate. More than 47,000 Canadians have lost their lives to drug overdose, and this is higher than the number of Canadian casualties in the Second World War. This increase in overdose points out that there is a need for a reversal in policy. The liberalization of drug laws in many ways has made the problem worse by enabling easier access to harmful substances like fentanyl. The current approach of Canada has not been able to address the main cause of addiction, and instead of reducing potential harm, it has created an environment in which illegal drugs are more accessible by the populace, causing worse consequences. The first step in tackling this crisis is to ban drugs and ensure that anyone found guilty of drug trafficking is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Strengthening border security to prevent the importation of fentanyl and other illegal substances is also important. The country can also invest in recovery and treatment programs that can focus on helping addicts regain their livelihood and integrate into society as contributing and healthy members. Mental health support systems and rehabilitation services are important for addressing the root causes of addiction and breaking the cycle of abuse. The future of Canada depends on strong leadership that puts the economy's sovereignty and security first without being clouded by partisanship. Canadians need a leader who is willing to make tough decisions for the benefit of the nation instead of indulging in political games for personal gain. The challenges that the country faces today, which range from security threats to economic stagnation, are not empty gestures. The Prime Minister must possess qualities like strength, intelligence, and a deep commitment to defending the interests of Canada. Only a leader who prioritizes the needs of Canadians and also political considerations will be able to help the country confront the challenges it presently faces. This does not just mean improving diplomatic relations with key trading countries like the United States of America, but also making sure that Canada's interests are defended against unfair international practices. From unjust tariffs to geopolitical tensions, Canada must have a leader who is willing to drop everything and stand for the country's interest, sovereignty, and economic well-being. A Prime Minister who is committed to peaceful solutions will make sure that the country remains a secure nation and a competitive nation both globally and domestically. In summary, strong leadership grounded in practicality is what Canada needs at the moment to move forward, and a Prime Minister who places the country first can help it face the challenges and win.